So we're starting The Outsiders today. Okay. I know. How many of y'all have read The Outsiders before?
Wow.
You?
No, I haven't read it before.
Two? You saw it on TikTok? Okay. You seen it? Or you read it? Yeah? Okay. How many of y'all have seen the movie? Okay. Okay. So we're going to make sure these humans do not tell us anything about the book or the movie. Yes? Please don't ruin it because it's really good. If you ask any 8th grader who had me last year, I'm not kidding, I promise you, they will say this is their favorite lesson and their actual only book that they liked. So, I mean, sometimes some liked The Giver too, but everyone, even non-readers, really, really liked The Outsider. I know even as a teenager, when I was in junior high, I only liked The Outsiders. I hated reading, which is weird because now I teach ELA. I hated it, but I loved The Outsiders. So I can guarantee you're going to love it, okay? This is the author. Her name is Susan Eloise. However, on her actual book, she only calls herself S.E. Hinton. Okay? She was born in 1948. Why do you think, knowing in 1948, why do you think she wrote her author name as S.E. Hinton and not Susan Eloise?
Because she was a woman?
You're perfect. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. You're the first person all day today who got that right the first time. So good job. Good job, Zan. Yes, because she's a woman. You're right. Because think about it. Back in the day, women were what?
No. Property.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wasn't going that far. I was thinking like undervalued, like not really respected. But sure, yes. So she did not want people to know she was a woman. Okay, it was gender neutral. So good job. Yes, she was afraid that people wouldn't publish her work if they knew that she was a woman. She also wrote books, or her book was all about male characters. It was about gang violence. It was about teenage drugs and conflict. So she was afraid, I know, she was afraid that if everyone knew she was a woman, they'd be like, well, what does she know about teenage boys? Like, we're not reading it, right? Or women don't know anything. We're not reading it, right? Back in the day. Okay, so she wanted to make sure that she was gender neutral, so maybe S.E. Hinton could be a man. Okay, you didn't know.
What?
So remember, in 1948 is when she was born. Okay, put this in your head. She published her book in 1960, or started writing it, right? She started writing it in 1963. How old is she, was she, when she started writing this book? Don't shout out. 1948.
Wait, she was born.
Damien?
15.
Ding, 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 ding. First time. We're on a roll. She was 15 years old. So that means in 2 years, y'all are going to be writing a book, right?
No.
Yeah. Yeah? Yes? Yeah?
I'm not.
Okay, cool. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, good. I'll read your book. Okay. So think, if she's 15 years old and she wrote this book, the book we're going to read, what are you expecting?
Like, gang violence, teenage drugs, teenage boys, and the rest,
Okay.
etc.
Perfect, right? Things she was living. She saw it happen. Perfect. What else? Dylan.
And like her tone as a teenager.
Oh my gosh, so perfect. I couldn't ask for anything better. Yes, the tone. I love it. She's a teenager. Is she going to use really large academic words?
No.
Okay. No, she's going to talk like y'all. She's going to have slang, right? Maybe even some profanity. I don't know. Not that you guys would, but she maybe did, right? Okay. Exactly. Simple words, simple sentences, 15. Okay. Good job. Okay, this is her why. This is why she wrote the book. She was frustrated that there were social divisions. That's a very fancy word. What could social divisions be? Pretty challenging word. Yes, Kitty?
Being looked upon different because you are not.
Perfect. Okay, right? Think about how even today, right? This is in the 60s, but think about today. How are we divided at school? Let's think of Anderson. How do people divide each other? By a beautiful raise of hand. Yes. Let's go with Elijah though, although your hand is beautiful. Yes. Elijah.
Like your grade and
Okay.
girls and boys.
Okay. Grade, gender. Yes. Love it. What else? Let's think outside of the classroom, but still your social, societal, outside the classroom at school still. Miles?
Age.
Okay. Yes. So that. What else? Yes.
who they think is cool and not cool.
Ooh, popularity. Okay, right? The popular kids might hang together. The non-popular kids might hang together. Okay. Malin?
There's different sections. There could be like one classroom and then the other section like we have.
Okay, I like it. Let's think outside of the classroom though. So you're still all teenagers. Let's think, how else are you divided besides your classroom? That might be tricky. Besides the classroom. Besides inside the classroom.
Gender.
Shh. Elijah said that. Natalie?
Interest.
Okay, interest, right? Maybe the people who all like a sport all hang out. Maybe all soccer players hang out. Maybe all artists hang out, right? Maybe you hang out based off interest. I like it. We're getting so close. So close. Ilian?
Actually, it's called football.
Oh, football? Yes. Okay, what else? Think about maybe some problems that we have at school because sometimes people are divided like that and it causes conflict. Miles? Okay. Dylan?
Like groups, like
Okay, like how?
like gangs.
Okay, so maybe gangs. But how are the gangs brought together? He's not wrong. How are the gangs brought together?
Friendship.
School.
This makes no sense.
Okay, guys, think about the past. Think about the past. Okay, at a school, it was segregated, right? What are some things that could also divide schools? Okay, David?
Colors.
Okay, so race, yeah.
You did not have to say
No, he's right. He's right. Culture, race, background. Okay. What else? What else? Maybe you guys just don't believe this even is a thing, so maybe you don't know it. But I'm thinking of something.
Money.
Richness.
Okay, right? So maybe all the rich kids hang out and all the non-rich kids hang out. I don't know. Is that a thing? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. But back then it was. Okay.
That's kind of weird though.
It is kind of weird, but we're gonna see it. But you can relate to some degree, maybe. I hear you guys talking about Santan sometimes, right? Yeah. You guys talk about Santan. You said, "Oh, those are just a bunch of rich kids."
They
Oh, they are. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. I thought you said that you don't care if people are rich or poor, but you guys talk smack about
it's 'cause
Santan.
They talk so much smack.
Okay,
about
so
her.
we can relate. We can relate.
We're broke to them.
Literally.
Okay, so you can relate, right? The rich and the poor don't like each other. Then that's what you're telling me,
Yeah.
So they're opposition.
right? You guys, there's conflict because they think you're poor and you think that they're rich. And there's no middle ground, right? So you just don't like each other. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's what she wrote about. She also, that was a good point though. She also wrote fiction, like a story. She was like, honestly, none of these books in my school are good. Like, they all suck. They all don't talk about anything that I can relate to. And maybe some of you have told me that too, that you feel that way. So instead of her being sad about it, she wrote her own book that she could relate to. So her inspiration, she had a friend who was a greaser. I know we don't know that term yet, but I think maybe you'll get it. She had a friend who was a greaser and was jumped just because he was a greaser. So what do we think a greaser would be?
Oh, I know.
Maya?
A bully?
Okay. I'll take it. No one knows yet. We don't know yet. I'll take it. Thank you. Ilian?
Like a religion, or like a school religion.
Okay, so maybe a school type of people. Okay. David?
A nerd.
Maybe a nerd. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
That sucks.
Ethan?
A gang member.
Okay, maybe a gang member. Dylan?
Like a kid like with money.
Okay, so maybe a kid with money, that rich kid. Katie? Ooh, a person living in extreme poverty. Last one, Elijah?
It looks like a motorcycle gang.
Okay. So yes, this is the greaser. Yes, Katie was right. The greasers were the poor teenagers. Okay. So the greaser was that one with the slick back hair, maybe the tattoos, maybe the jacket, right? The rebel.
Yeah, he's not it.
No, this is the greaser. Okay? So the greaser was the poor kid. So she felt like she was upset that her friend got jumped just because he was poor. Right?
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So, this book, this is also why why I'm so lucky to teach her and why you're lucky to be at this school, I feel like. Because you can read a book that's banned. This book is banned in so many schools. I encourage you, honestly, ask your friends, especially if they live in a different state, ask your friends if they're able to read The Outsiders. Because a lot of schools ban it. It's one of the most banned schools of all time, or books of all time. And it's because of the gang violence.
What about in Japan?
It probably, I guarantee it is, yeah. The gang violence, the underage drinking and smoking, the strong language, aka profanity, okay, the slang, family dysfunction, which means like chaos, family chaos, whether they don't have parents or whether their parents are bad or they have some kind of chaos, abuse, things like that, okay? Alcoholic, yeah.
I don't think I can read
But
this.
that's kind of dumb though. Like, why
Hang on, I'm sorry, wait 1 second. Maitland's trying to share something that's on her mind and you're talking.
That's kind of dumb that like they would ban a book like that's based on a teenager's life that's like kind of true and like it's still true.
Absolutely. Absolutely, she's right. They ban books because why though?
Sensitive.
Yeah.
People are sensitive.
Yeah, cause
Because they're afraid that some people who want censorship think that kids shouldn't read about gang violence because if they read about it, then they're going to be involved. Kids shouldn't read about underage smoking and drinking because then they're going to be involved, right? They never curse, so now that they read curse words, they're going to curse, right? So, right, I know. So yes, it's banned. They just don't feel like it's appropriate, right? Everyone has their own beliefs. Yes. What?
It would be different if it was like.
Hang on, Dylan. Dylan.
It would be different if it was like in elementary school, but like there's just like no.
Okay, so he makes a great point.
Either way, they're all exposed.
Maybe you don't want a 7-year-old reading about this stuff. But maybe, like, where do you draw the line? Are you okay with a 13-year-old reading this stuff?
Oh yeah.
But like Nayland says, maybe you should read this stuff because it's already happening in your lives. Whether you're involved or someone you know is involved or someone at the school is involved, right? Okay. Yes, Andrew, last one?
Maybe these books will be like in high school rating or like up to kids who are in high school.
Who are ready and, like, can understand it? Yes, I agree. No right from wrong? Shh. Where's Zen? Shh. Okay. So the story tells about class conflict. So again, class means how much money you make. Okay, that's how they rank you. So either rich or poor. Okay, your conflict means fights. So fights between the greasers, the poor kids, and the socias, which I know this looks like socks, but socias. Okay, it's short for social elites. So even in the name, it sounds like they're better than the greasers, right? So those are the privileged rich kids who live on the wealthy west side, okay? The story follows, I hear voices. The story follows Ponyboy Curtis. Do we have any guess if he's going to be a greaser or a soch?
a greaser. Just by the name, you could already tell.
Good, I like it. Yes, Ponyboy Curtis is a greaser. So, good job. So we're going to read it from a point of view of a greaser. So some of you just said that you were then considered greasers more so than the Santan kids. So maybe you'll even love this even more, right? Because you get to read it from your perspective, if you can relate. Okay. So the genre, we've talked about genres before. We talked about fiction, nonfiction. This falls into, Zayden, your eyes please. This falls into fiction. So when she published this book, it was considered adult fiction because they didn't feel like teenagers should read about all the stuff that we talked about. But now it's considered young adult or teen fiction because now we do believe that teens do live this life. They should be able to read about it. Jeremiah, are we good? Okay. So Twilight, Hunger Games, Chronicles of Narnia, if you guys like those books, they're the same ones in the genre. How many of y'all been to Oklahoma?
Oh my god.
For real? For real?
I've been to Oklahoma.
You've been to Oklahoma? Okay. So, not many people though, right? I know. What is Oklahoma? My second hour said that they didn't even know that was a state, but it is in America. Okay, I will prove it to you. It's a real state right here.
So both Texas.
It is. Look, for how many kids who don't know what Oklahoma is, it's pretty close to Arizona. Oh yeah, this is where I'm moving.
What?
Remember?
Wait, so you can drive to Washington?
Yeah, we're driving all the way. But I know it'll be a long time. A long time.
How long does it drive up there?
21 hours.
Oh my
Who are you driving with?
Miss, why don't you
My
just
parents.
complain?
Because I need my car. Right? I have to move my stuff. Long story. Alright, but anyway, so Oklahoma. Our setting. Our book takes place in Oklahoma, Tulsa. It's the city. Shh, 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 shh. Zen. Shh. In 1960s, okay? So maybe your parents or grandparents will know about the 1960s. You might want to chat with them. This is what Tulsa, Oklahoma looked like in the 1960s. We see the cars, right? Cars are different. Black and white photos, right? Shh, use kind words. Yes. I don't know. I think that's just what it was called.
That's the Walmart.
I'm not sure. Again, here's a drug center, which is the pharmacy. Okay. How many of y'all, by raise of hand, have been to a drive-in?
Oh, me?
Not a drive-through. Not a drive-through. No, yeah. No Taco Bell. A drive-in.
What's that?
Okay. Honestly, a good amount of you. Okay. Shh, I'll tell you. Hang on. Okay, a drive-in movie theater was really popular back in the day. Okay, not so much now because we have streaming services, right? We have a real movie theater that you can sit with air conditioning. But back in the day, this was huge. You would go to an outdoor area, so I want you to picture it.
We have air conditioning in your car.
I know what this
You would go to an outdoor center, right? Like over here, kind of like a big dirt parking lot, kind of. And they would have a big screen, kind of like my projector, but bigger. And everyone would take their cars, they would sit in their car, park right in front of the huge screen, and then turn on their radio to listen to the movie. So you would basically just sit in your car and watch the movie. And it was huge, especially with teenagers, it was huge. If you ever want to go, we have one left in Arizona. And it is up in Glendale, correct.
I've been to it.
Yep. So if you want to go check it out, then you'll really know. What? Because it's not, well, think about Arizona.
Wait, so that's
It's pretty hot. It's hot. How often do you want to go sit in your car in the heat in the middle of the desert? Not probably very likely. But if you want to.
There's only one?
Only one in Glendale.
Only one?
Yeah.
In the world?
But back in the day, there was way more. Again, this is another picture. So again, just imagine you're taking your car. The teenagers will do it in the book. Take their car and watch their movie. No. I just want you to imagine. Okay, I think you guys are pretty good at this, right? This is called the poor kiddos are called what? Okay, and then the rich kids.
Can we just watch the
Socials. I know, it's weird. It is weird. It is, no. I know. Okay, say it. Socials. You got it. It's not that hard.
I can't say it right.
Okay, who said this? I think it was Dylan, right?
Me.
Was it Dylan? Katie?
Yeah, it was Dylan.
Austin? Who told me the tone? Dylan.
Me.
Yeah, well, everyone, I thought it was, but then everyone was like, no, me. Okay, the tone, like Dylan said. Exactly. We should picture it should be youthful, right? We're seeing a teenager, right? So it should be very youthful. It should be natural. Talk about pop references. We probably won't catch pop references because we're from a different generation. Right? Slang. We'll catch some of the slang. Straightforward, simple vocab, simple sentences, things like that. It's going to be melodramatic because she's a teenager and a girl. Girls plus teenagers, little melodramatic. I can say that from experience, right? Right? Okay, so very like exaggerative, very like dramatic, right? Very like emotional. Okay. All right. The themes are rich versus poor. We know that. Class struggles, again, different groups. The divisions, meaning like, remember how we said rich versus poor? Well, how is it that we can bring the rich versus poor to be more integrated? And then the fear of the unknown, because we all are afraid of the unknown. So we do have that fear. Okay. Honor and loyalty. This has a lot to do with the gangs. Okay. Again, with gangs, we see that they do have a lot of loyalty, right? Like you have to do something because you're in the gang. You have to go do something because you need a sacrifice for your gang, right? Redemption, the family. Again, your gang is your family. Okay?
Miss?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Wait, actually, never mind.
Basically,
Okay, this is huge. This is really big. So what I need you to know, because you're going to see it in the book, it's called male bonding. So back in the day, okay, they believed, back in the day, they believed that men, boys, did not have emotions, right? They didn't have feelings. They were just macho, and they just never felt anything. They were just basically robots, right? But now we know that y'all have feelings. Y'all have emotions. Y'all talk. You're still a human, right? Exactly. You're humans too. So this book was big because it talked about the male friendship and the male feelings and emotions that all you guys have, right? And they did not talk about that back then. Okay, Soch or Greaser? Let's just see.
Greaser.
No, he's a socialist.
Yeah, he's a
greaser.
Like her jacket.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. 3, 2, 1. He is a greaser. You can tell from his grease back hair. Remember, the rebels wore the leather jackets. Okay. The rebels wore the jeans. Jeans were like, ooh, you rebellious. Now we wear jeans and it's just casual, right? But back then, you did not wear jeans. You wore slacks, right? Khakis. Yeah. So again, we know the Socs are rich. The Socs are jocks. We already know that. They can tell based off of what they have and what they don't have. Yes.
Are we allowed to watch the movie?
I am getting permission. So McLeod and I are working really hard. My kids last year didn't get to, but this year we should be able to.
I hope they let us.
I'm like 80% sure we'll be able to watch the movie at the end. Okay? Hang on.
80% sure.
Okay, so think of the Socs cars. Okay, again, you're picturing the Soc. Describe their car to me. Miles?
Shiny.
Okay, shiny. Zayden?
A Corvette.
Ooh, a Corvette. Yeah. Okay, yours.
Dylan?
Dylan?
Like a Shelby or something.
Oh, like a Shelby. Okay. Elijah?
A 1996 Dodge Challenger.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
1964 Apollo.
Okay, let's see.
That's a good one.
So this would be like their cars,
I
right?
said a Shelby.
Yeah. I don't know what cars.
That's a Mustang.
Mustang? Yeah. Okay.
That's a Mustang.
I don't know.
No way that
I'm
would
not
fit
sure. I don't know.
that tiny.
I don't know. Well, you gotta think 60s, like they were kind of newish with cars, right? Okay, so the Socs. Picture. Humans, I hear your voice. Picture. A Soc is just driving, or not even, don't even say Soc. A human's driving this car. A 15-year-old's driving this car. We automatically know he's a Soc, right? You just know. Okay, you could probably relate to something in your whatever your guys' age group feels is like, oh, you're a Soc then, right? Okay. But then think about it in terms of you're 15, you're a Soc, you have this great, brand new, expensive car your parents bought you, and then you go and get it fixed. You're not gonna fix it, right? You got all the money. Why would I go touch my car? I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go get my peers to go fix my car. Who's fixing the car?
The greasers.
The greasers, right? So the greasers are gonna go fix my car. Now I look down upon those kids because they're just fixing my car. They don't get a car. Oh, or their car is just really old and whatever, right? But I have the nice car that they fixed for me, right? Okay? Yeah.
What if they mess it up?
Then that would probably be a problem.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why does that
Hang on. Sorry. Yeah, Dylan?
It looks like a Power Wheels.
Well, it's old. I don't know, guys.
It looks like it's shrunk.
It's old. Okay, this is what symbolism is. Okay, like we talked about the Soc, if we saw the car, you just know it symbolizes they're social, right? They're Soc. If we see the greasy, slicked back hair, we automatically know they're a greaser. We already know that they're poor, okay? So they wanted to stick out. They wanted to look like this is their group. So I don't know if this is true. I really don't. But it does help my brain remember it. They would say, and again, I don't think this is true, but it does help, that the greasers would use the grease from the car that they would be working on to slick back their hair. I really doubt that's true. They probably used like oil. But it does help your brain remember that the greasers were the ones doing the work, right? They wanted people to know that they were a greaser. So greasers aren't like ashamed of being greasers, right? They want to be a greaser. They just don't like the socials and socials don't like them, right? Okay. Most men back in the 60s looked like this. Okay? They had the short hair. They had the business fit. They had like very professionalism, right? They're very professional. This would be like those rebels, right? They'd wear the jeans, maybe the chains, maybe the slick back hair, right? They didn't want to look like this guy. No, they weren't a soc. They don't want to be a soc. Okay?
Why does the greaser from the last page have the same hair as Elvis Presley?
Oh, perfect. Did you hear Michael? Okay, Michael said, why does that guy kind of look like Elvis Presley? Okay, because Elvis was so controversial. If you guys know who Elvis is, go ask your grown-ups at home.
I know.
Yeah. No. Ask. Okay. Wait, hang on. Shh, Maya. Ask your grown-ups at home how controversial Elvis Presley was. Because Elvis Presley was super controversial. Here's this guy who's rich, right? Famous and rich. But yet he dresses like a greaser. But I thought greasers were poor, right? So super controversial. He dressed like a rebel, even though he didn't fit into like the greaser category. Does that make sense? Yeah. So good observation. If you've seen the movie Grease, that's a whole other thing that's kind of based off The Outsiders too, where it's the rich people versus the poor people. Okay?
Wait, is it called The Outsider just like the book?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't watch it, please. Don't watch it until after. It's gonna ruin so much for you if you watch it early. Just trust. Just wait. Just wait. Okay, good. Just wait.
There's a movie?
Yes, we're gonna try and watch it. What? Don't watch it, please. I'm gonna try and get us to watch it here.
What if we don't watch it?
Okay. What?
What if we don't get to watch it?
I will fight for y'all. I will make sure we watch it. Okay, I really will. I'll try and make us watch it. Okay. Our last question. This is gonna wrap us up for today. Elijah, can you turn on the light so that I can see all his answers? Okay, thank you. Okay, in the meantime, while the lights are turning on, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to call on you randomly, so I want all of your brains to think right now. What is something nowadays, not the past, but now, people do to rebel against society or laws? Wait, think about it first. Your brain worked way too fast. Shh. What do people do to rebel, which means go against either laws, rules, or just society in general? Okay? Shh, Maya.
Graffiti.
Ooh, graffiti. Okay, love it. That would be rebellious. Jake. Shh. Yeah, may you give us an example?
Not following car rules.
Okay, so driving recklessly. Okay. Shh. Andrew.
Protests.
Ooh, protest. Love it. Michael. Theft. Yep. Zayden. No. Dylan.
Doing what they want.
What?
Just like straight up doing what they want.
Oh, doing whatever you want. Zayden, yes, I know. Like what though? Can you give me an example? Cause like, what if I just wanted to be a really good student and do all my homework and like, am I being a rebel or?
No, but like doing like things like whatever you want against the rules.
Okay.
So like, say you're at school, you're just like walking around just to walk around.
Okay, skipping
Ditching,
class,
ditching,
ditching. Yeah, love it. Yes, I don't love it, but love the example. Okay, skipping taxes. Okay. Can we think of something as a teenager? Look, like I probably won't know this, but I think you guys will. What's something that shows that you're like a rebel in your age group? Does that make sense? Malin goes against the law, school, social norms, things like that. Bad, yeah, like a bad kid.
I think this is kind of like wearing pro clothes and like the
Yo,
clothes.
what?
Clothing.
Yeah.
I have to be against.
Okay.
Yo, what?
I know.
Okay. I'm asking. That's okay.
I know.
Brooklyn.
Okay. That's okay. That's good. It's good.
No, but like many people like take it like as I don't know how to explain it. but,
We're not
like,
judging each other's
but, like,
answers.
Many people judge like the clothing because like based on its look.
Okay.
And, yeah, like the.
Okay. Cool. I appreciate that. That's good feedback. Don't get triggered. That's okay.
Oh, and the
That's
answer.
it, that is.
Okay, Alien.
Your pants are down?
Oh, sagging. That's a big thing for our generation. Oh, okay. Hey, humans, don't call people out. That's not nice.
Come on, Adrian. Wait, how are you gonna be like that?
No, Adrian's pants are just.
I said because I don't got a belt.
Okay.
Then get a belt.
Hey. Miles.
Vaping.
Oh, okay. Breaking the rules that are bad for our bodies. Okay.
Chugging,
Okay, drinking underage, yes. Let's think about something that maybe can be controversial. Like, let's think about, so I'm going to give you an example, and you guys might not agree with me, totally fine. But when I was a teenager, people who were rebellious had, like, mohawks, they had, like, the chains, they had, right? Okay. So is there something, like, in your generation that you feel like, don't call people out and don't, but like, is there something in your generation that you feel like is like that or no?
Yes, it's the same thing.
It's the one.
The mohawk thing?
It's the one.
Oh, okay.
It's a little
Does that mean rebellious? Is that what it means?
They're wannabes. They act tough.
Oh,
Active,
it's
but they're
acting
not.
tough. Oh, like, so Elijah, what you doing over there?
Mommy's texting about,
Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm okay.